Hello. For this video, I'll be making some sounds with these green candles that I got from Walmart. They're these candlesticks. So, I don't know if I'm really going to share the personal information, the personal stories in this video or not, but I mean, I might. It's kind of emotional to me. It's something that is, it's something that's emotional. And if any of you out there have gone through heartbreak or just something that just broke your heart or whatever, or loss of someone, just, or even if any of you have gone through anything like that, which many of us have, then you can relate to this story. I mean, I'll be sharing much more in the future about this. So there was this girl that I cared a lot about, and I even had a special nickname for her and everything. It was she worked at the Dollar General store, and I don't know if I'll share this or not. I mean, I don't know if I'll post it, but she worked at that Dollar General, and she really liked me, and she meant a lot to me. And I knew, you know how when you see someone that it's like they're the one. It's like it's like she's the one, and that's what it felt like. And from day one, and I would constantly go back in there just to talk to her. I would go back a second time just to say something to her, just to get an item, just a random item. It could be anything, just to say something to her. But I would be so shaky that I would drop the money, or I would drop whatever was in my hands, and I could barely get a word out. I just went like, "How are you? You doing all right today?" That's basically all I could ever say was, "Are you doing all right today? Have you been doing all right?" And she would always go. She had the sweetest, imagine she would talk like this right here. She had the sweetest voice. I mean, she had the most mousy little, just the sweetest little voice. And she meant, oh my goodness, she means so much to me. I mean, I care, love, and respect her so much. I just care about her so much. And I don't know where she's at now, but for years I went in there, and I didn't have a job, and I thought, I'm at home helping my mama out, and it's like there's really no, I couldn't be a good provider, or I mean, it's give and take, and I thought, well, I didn't have a job, and but I cared about her so much. I just knew, and I just knew she's the one. And so I would always, when I would walk in the store, this song always came on. This song that, it was Rob Thomas and Santana, Smooth. And now that song always reminds me of her, because every time I walked in that Dollar General, every time I walked in that store, I'm just going to do some talking for now, though, but every time I walked in that store, that song would play. And it would start off, and it would go, "Man, it's a hot one, like 7 inches from the midday sun." And I can still hear that, that song, Smooth. And give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it. And that would always come on, and then I would be even more nervous. And she would just smile at me. And one of the very last times, see, I had a nickname. I went through the aisle and asked her where something was at, and she froze, and she would just look at me, and she froze like she just went blank and said, "Oh, yeah, no, we don't have that brand here." And so months later, months passed by, and I kept going in there, and I wanted so badly to tell her how I felt, but I couldn't. And if we were ever separated, by this other guy that worked in there didn't like, he just wanted to separate us from when we were, and he said, "Oh, you're working over there." She was like, she didn't like that at all. And she wanted to wait on me, even when she was about to leave. When she was about to leave, she had her keys ready and everything, and she was about to leave. And she said, "I'd like to work now the rest of the evening. I'll take him." Or she would choose to take register duty when I got there. And I know some people out there will say, "Well, why don't you just have the guts? Why didn't you just ask her out? Oh, girl pair, ask her out, yada yada." People will be very sarcastic, but she was so special to me, and I still love her to this day. She will always be the person in my mind. She's the one that I wanted. But I don't know where she went. I don't know what happened. Something happened. She's gone now. I only knew her first name. I didn't know the last name. I didn't know a middle name. I knew nothing. I know nothing. I know no personal information. I couldn't find her on any social media based on where she worked. I couldn't find anything about her. And I still can't. But every time I go there, I get this, it's like and another thing is, she had this pager, this Kim Possible pager, and it would go, doot, 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 every single time and it seemed to go off every time that I was about to be in the line, and she would run and jump over the register, jump over the counter, and it would go, doot, 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 doot. And this was around Valentine's Day, and I so badly just wanted to get her a rose. But I was thinking in my mind, like, how do you give a flower to life's greatest rose? That was my poem. I've written poetry about her. I've written songs about her. I've written every encounter that I had. Every time I talked to her, it's all in a notebook. And I've had dreams about her. Just sweet, beautiful dreams. Many times romantic dreams, very special dreams. And she was... It was more than just like, oh, infatuation or lust or whatever. No, it was really, truly, true love. That's the way I felt. And she would take register duty for me, and then when she waited on me, then she'd go back to stocking the shelves again. Hope you don't mind the candle sounds in the background. But she would go back to working the counters again, stocking. And but that one time she hinted, she was telling me how she gets Netflix at her house, and she likes Netflix, and I was always too shy, and see, I'm getting emotional over talking about it, but see, I don't know why. I'm a deeply compassionate, emotional, caring person now, and ASMR helps calm me down as well. And I have a big heart. I'm very kind-hearted, tender-hearted. I have my emotional ups and downs, that's for sure, but I just really... that song reminds me of her everything. And she had the Kim Possible pager. So... And that's why, as I can't even hardly watch Kim Possible now, and it was always one of my favorite cartoons, my favorite shows. It brings back that nostalgia. And when she jumped over the counter, it was doot 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 doot. It's just, oh my goodness. She's very special. And I hope, if she did find anyone, I hope they treat her the way she deserves to be treated. I mean, I hope, because she is very special, and my care for her developed more and more over time. But it was love at first sight. It was true love at first sight. Now I know you can't know about someone unless you take them on a date and just actually learn about them, and just, you never can know the true them. And I would have liked to have, but now she's gone, and I don't know. I've never shared this personal information. I've really never shared this. And, I'll share more sometime soon. But she, whoever she's with, I don't know, I hope she was never abused, or heaven forbid that. I hope she was never done wrong, because she was always very, very shy and very quiet, soft-spoken, and she really liked me a lot, and I loved and respected her very much. She would always get so nervous when my mama or I, either one, were at Dollar General, and she would always be really glad to see me, and she hinted the last time, like, she said, it stinks that I've got to work on Thursday and Friday. I was going to be off Friday and Saturday, but she said, now I got to work, but it's in the morning. She said, I get the evenings off. And that was a hint. And then she was like, I wasn't able or ready to be able to be in a relationship. So at that time, I was like, and I still don't, have a means of income. So it's like, what would I do, But I know it sounds kind of like, oh, I'm just being sob or sad, but I've written, you don't write that much about someone, and constantly her name is everywhere, from everywhere. I mean, it's just, I get like, I go like, it's like that when it's like she overwhelms, just, I just loved her. I loved her so much, and maybe I'll see her again. I don't know. I asked online back before Topics was removed. No one knew what I was talking about. No one would answer. And she would always talk about how people were, then how young people would be, and saying that, she's like, we did things back in my day, but we didn't cause trouble. She said, I mean, we went to people's houses and stuff, and all that. People were just rude out there and causing trouble in the parking lot, young people. And they called the police, and she said, just to let you know, I would have done the same thing. And I said, oh, I know you would have. And she just smiled and was proud that I realized that she would have done the right thing. And she was always, I was always so nervous, and I would go forward, then I would breathe in and then breathe out and take a deep breath and back up with the cart and say, hey, how are you? And then I panicked and went like, SpaghettiOs. I was looking at SpaghettiOs. I was looking at the SpaghettiOs, and no one else makes me that nervous. No one else made me that nervous. Now that I've opened up, I've talked to many different people, and many different girls and people. I've spoken to them. I've talked to them. But she was the one person that I felt like I loved. The one girl that I felt like I loved so much that I could talk, I would get so nervous and shaky that I couldn't talk to her in person. I mean, I just couldn't, but I never got to find out any information about her except her first name. I only found out her first name, that was it. But she was so precious and sweet, and I wanted to go in there and just, I always had this idea in my mind. I wish I could have just left her, bought her some flowers, and left them at the counter with a letter or a note, and saying that it doesn't compare to her beauty and her just her radiant glow, her beauty of just her sweetness, and I just felt like she was the one. I knew it, and I've written probably 70 pages or more of documents and writings and poetry and stories and dreams and experiences, and every time I spoke to her, everything. And but I was like, I would like to give her chocolates and a rose and flowers or a bouquet, but I was thinking, how do you give a flower to life's greatest rose? Because for me, to me, she was life's greatest rose. And that's the love and connection that I felt. Maybe I'll find someone someday. Maybe I'll find my true love. Maybe I'll find someone. But maybe I'll see her again. I don't know. Lord willing, I'll be able to, everything will work out for me. And maybe we'll be together. I don't know. Or maybe I'll find someone that is meant for me. But, I mean, I appreciate greatly being at home and being with my mama and my parents, taking care of me. And I have not been able to work. It's just I've had so many different emotional and I've had medical as well problems and things they just couldn't figure out, and anxiety issues and things like that, the darkness and anxiety, depression, and all that stuff. But when I would go to see her, she was all I could think about forever, and on a daily basis and forever. Still, I think about her to this day, to this moment, as you can obviously tell. And I'm going to be, man enough to admit that I've cried over her. I have emotionally. We all have to share these things, and I just needed to share. I have many people will be like, "Well, suck it up," but I mean, I'm a very sensitive individual, and I'm very caring, and it's just that, I mean, I have my emotional ups and downs, but I loved her a lot, and to this day, I would still say that I love her. I try to forget, but you never forget your first love, obviously, but I feel like she was true love, and, but who knows, I don't know, maybe I'll find someone someday that I'll be happy with, and that, I'm still waiting, trying to find my path, and still trying to find that person, that someone. I'm still, they say you'll know, and I felt like she was the one. I still do. She was the entire bouquet. She was life's greatest rose. A flower would not compare to the sweetness and this specialness that she held. And she'll always have a special place in my heart, in my mind. And that's just the way it is. So, sorry, that's just the way it is. I don't know why I'm sharing this on here, but I felt like I needed to, just needed to share. And by the way, to all the people following me, I have various other ASM artists following me. Thank you very much. Big shout outs to all of you. ASMR Love, Tina of Artsy ASMR, Goldie ASMR, Red and Blue ASMR. There were several gamers that followed me, several other people. ASMR in the car followed me. Several people. So many different ASM artists have followed me. And you are all lovely, awesome people. And to all the recent ASM artists, I think all the recent ASM artists that follow me were female. You're all beautiful people. And awesome, lovely videos. You make very great videos. And it helps relieve such anxiety and helps for relaxation. And but I just felt I needed to share that love story, and maybe I'll share some of my poetry about her sometime, and my true love feelings that I have for her. But she was just gone one day, and no explanation, nothing. I never found out why, never found out where. One of the employees told me they claimed she moved out, went to another store, but I still can't find her online, so I don't know. I only know her first name. So I don't know. I thank you for listening. I just needed to share my emotional, personal talk. This true love loss story, I guess. I don't know if it's a loss. I don't know if I'll see her again. If I do, then hopefully I'm ready in life to be able to ask her out and find out, maybe take her on a date, and we can find out about each other, and who knows, maybe it'll be meant to be. But I just I miss her a lot, and I'll never forget her at all. And it feels like she's the one, but who knows? Maybe I'll find the female the girl I'm looking for, or maybe I'll find the girl that completes me, or that is the one for me, so to speak. Maybe I'll find the female that is the girl that I could fathom just forever with. And with her, she was the only one that I felt like from the very moment, the very beginning, that it was true love. And we'll see. This is just personal talk. Maybe I'll see her again someday. And I just needed to share this to anyone who will take the time to listen. So peace, love, and many blessings. And as always, sweet dreams. And cheers to positivity. Cheers to the best. And all the best. Peace and much love. Peace, love, and many blessings. And as always, sweet dreams, everyone. I had to share my personal love story. My personal story that I hope I find her again. I hope I see her again. And I hope maybe we'll be together forever. And also, I mean, she's so precious. She's so... And even if she's with someone else, they better treat her right. I hope they treat her right. And I hope they treat her as she deserves to be treated, with love and respect and kindness and genuineness. I hate to see all of the abusive relationships in this world, and all the abuse and everything that we see in this world. It's so sad. Domestic violence and all that crap. It's just awful. And should not be. So anyway, maybe I'll see her again, and maybe we'll be together. Or who knows, maybe I'll find someone online that, or in person, that will then will maybe be the person I'm meant to be with. And you never know. Maybe I'll find that someone. Or maybe I'll find her again. So anyway, this is my personal talk, ASMR. Thank you for watching. And peace, love, and many blessings. And as always, sweet dreams. Thanks for listening. Bye.